in Nigeria today, the middle class has been eroded. We only have the high class and the low class. But the emphasis is that economy is referring to the purchasing power of the individual. All right? In an instance where an individual has hello, sorry for the interruption there, the network. So what we're simply saying is that economy
Well, it is.
has the, yes, economy has the power either to elicit conflict that can affect the peaceful coexistence in a multicultural society, or it can also be used as a tool to address the myriad of the problems. Take, for instance, you can use the economic power of a nation to provide employment, make the society productive, such that you are indirectly eliminating the class that exists, okay? And then you are empowering the people economically, because there's a popular saying that it is the idle mind that becomes the devil's workshop. Unemployment can become a tool, poverty can become a tool, all right, in the hands of those who do not want the society to be in the peaceful state. So economy should not be used as a tool for dividing us further. So we should use it to build our society, provide more employment, empower the people, regardless of gender, regardless of language, tribe, or ethnicity. Thank you very much, my moderator.
Thank you, sir. So to our audience, you can actually see your contributions. Do well to keep them coming, and also your questions. There's this time for your questions, so we can attend to them. So thank you very much, Dr. Adeyanju. Now let's come to the issue of religious differences. There are actually a group of people who believe that religion has actually done, more harm than good when it comes to uniting the society and bringing in peaceful coexistence. So, how do this religious institution, how do they contribute to building bridges, and fostering a united society?
Thank you very much. If you permit me, I'm going to be very brief, because so that we can listen to many other contributions and many other questions so that we can attend to them. Now, religion, either or not, we accept it, okay? It's more of an individual issue. It has to do with belief system. One's belief system. What do you believe in? Now, let me say it this way. For those of us in Africa, in Nigeria, Africa, you see, the African tradition, religion, ATR, is our religion. All right? If you look at the map of Nigeria, if you go towards the north, there is a part we call the Trans-Sahara route, with specific landmarks like the Foot of Toro and the Foot of Jalon. All right? Where the Arabian traders came into Nigeria, build the Kanem, create the Kanem Borno, and then also create a caliphate in Sokoto, and brought in the so-called Islamic religion. If you come to the coastal region, all right, that we have the Westerners, the Portuguese, the Americans, the Britons coming into Nigeria, all right, and into the interland, okay, to also bring in their own trade as well as their religion, which is also called Christianity. If you permit me to say, for the purpose of knowledge, that the Islamic religion and the Christianity as a religion, these two are alien to us as Africans. Let me give you a specific. Now, have you ever wondered Let's presume we are practicing democracy and a type or a form of democracy in Nigeria where we will stop our politicians from taking hold of office using the so-called aliens, books of belief, be it the Holy Quran or the Holy Bible. Let them go back and use our traditional, institutionalized mechanisms of taking hold. Crime will reduce. It has the capacity to foster better, peaceful coexistence because there will be more regards for persons, more regards for people's culture. Today, we find a situation where our so-called traditional institutions are no longer respected or regarded. They have been so much delineated to an ordinary local government and a commissioner being in charge of the whole of the traditional institutions. These things are not too healthy for us. We must integrate the traditional institutions back into governance, give them the room, a role to play, defined roles. The majority of the populace still interacts more with our traditional institutions. So religion is just a way of life. Religion is an individual's belief. It's a form of interaction between the natural and the supernatural. All right, so religion should not be a basis for disintegrating us, for dividing us, okay, for fragmenting us, or for creating animosity amongst us in a multicultural society, in a multi-religious, in a multilingual society like Nigeria and other nations where they are also multicultural. Religion should rather be used and be restricted to individual belief system. All right? Whatever you believe in, we should respect the people's belief. Not only that, we should accord each religion their status and not allow religion to be used as a form of national disintegrating factor. It's like whoever is vying for a political position judge based on his ethnic nationality, but on merit, on his competence, on his ability to deliver. So we need peace in Nigeria. We need peace in Africa. We need peace in the Gaza Strip. Hello, my moderator.
Interesting, interesting.
Sorry
Okay,
about
so
that.
let's
Please permit me to
okay.
emphasize, we need peace in the Gaza Strip. The continual, the perpetual disturbance between Israel and the Palestine should be addressed. We need a two-state settlement. We need to recognize the Palestinian state. We need to have peace in the world. We need to have peace in Syria. We need peace in the both south and the north of Sudan. We need peace in every part of our land. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Truly, we need peace as a people, as a multicultural society. We need peace as individuals and also as nations and how we relate to other nations. So, thank you very much for that, sir. So, let's actually come to the aspect of media. We all know that the media actually plays an important role when it actually comes to ensuring peaceful coexistence in a multicultural society. When you're talking about the challenges, you spoke about marginalization. And, I believe that the media actually plays a major role when it comes to portraying other culture. Now, there's actually need, for the media to contribute, in shaping positive perception. Most times, the perception people have when it comes to other culture is majorly because of what they've seen in the newspapers. Let's say, okay, in the news media or on the internet and thereabout. So there's a need for this positive portrayal, trying to avoid stereotyping and also making other culture, seems less important than others. So, in what way do you think the media can actually work to promote peaceful coexistence when it comes to a multicultural society?
Thank you very much. I appreciate my moderator. Thanks for your prowess. Thank you for the intelligent question. I want to appreciate again the organizer. I'm sincerely grateful, and the topic is so apt, is so timely. We need peace. Now, the media is a part of the agent of socialization. We have other agents of socialization. There is a concept of acculturation and enculturation. Now, we all need to know more about our society, a multicultural society, and we need to be socially conform, all right, so as not to constitute a group of social nonconformists or deviants or rebellers or bystanders. Now, the media as an agent of socialization is used to provide information to the populace. When you look at the media, all right, you can have the print media, you can also have the audiovisual perspective of the media. Today, we have what you call the social media. Yes. Now, the media, again, is like a medium of communicating information to the populate, be it in the urban settlement or in the rural settlement. Yes, what type of information are being disseminated? Over the time and over the years, there's been this argument against peddling or circulating wrong information, misrepresentations, or what you call falsified information, unverified information. Now, the media must not be guarded. They are the fourth realm of the society. For a democratic system where there is a respect for the rule of law, the media must be free. There is the freedom of the mass media, the freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Of course, for us in Nigeria, we have what we call the justiciable sections of the law and the non-justiciable sections of the law. Like you have in chapter 2, the non-justiciable sections of the law. And in chapter 4, where you have the justiciable sections of the law, from section 33 to section 44, the fundamental, the non-alienable rights of every citizen. Please, let's understand, the media is to provide an avenue for dissipating information. Now, the question will be, what form of information? What type of information? Are they informations that are biased? Are there informations that are misclassified, that are misrepresenting a particular group of the people within a multicultural system? The answer should be no. You don't use the media for such purposes to, in any way, try to favor one cultural group or ethnic nationality as against the other. All ethnic nationality in Nigeria, be it from the north central, northwest, northeast, south-south, southwest, and the southeast. We all are Nigerians. We must discuss the basis of our unity, and we should use the media to propagate a balanced information for the populace. The same thing all over Africa and in Europe, in America, in Asia. The media should be used as a medium of propagating balanced and healthy and equitable information to the populace. And by no means should the media be used to, subjugate or to make some culture subservient, or less important to others. Thank you very much, my moderator.
Thank you very much for that response, sir. So we will move into our audience. We actually see your comments and we see your questions. We'll be addressing them right now. Our time is actually fast spent, but we'll do well to attend to all the questions. Now we have a question from Mr. John. He said, "Can religion be seen as part of the crisis in Nigeria?"
Thank you very much. Straight away, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Religion has been used to fuel the crisis in Nigeria. Let me give us from historical narratives. We remember number of crises that almost consumed Nigeria, and they are embedded in religion. If you go to Kaduna, all right, the north and the south of Kaduna, all right, now this issue of religion is becoming an issue of concern. We remember the Matisine War in Kano. Are we together? So there are numbers of cases, all right, that are religiously induced. Now, if it comes to political positions, friends, let's look at the last AFCON, the African Cup of Nations. We have many goals being scored. Nobody is going to ask who is scoring the goal. Football unites us. We don't see religion. But when it comes to politics, we see religion. We use religion to divide us. You can imagine the comments, the tension that are being aroused, that is being precipitated by religion. Okay? Look at just Plateau today. And then you look at some of the major parts of Nigeria. Religion is becoming a worrisome thing. Religion over time has caused crisis in Nigeria. Number of them. Look at the Miss World, religion induced, almost going to precipitate into a national crisis. All right? We can measure many of them. So please, as a nation, religion must, as much as possible, be reduced. Of course, you cannot separate a man from his culture. You can also not separate a man from his religion. Religion is inseparable. You cannot separate any man from his religion, any man from his culture. But let it be an individual thing. It's a belief thing. It's a belief system. Whenever it is being discussed, let it be left at that level. Let it not be a cause of resulting into crisis. Thank you very much, my moderator.
Thank you, sir. So I hope, Mr. John, I hope your question has been attended to. So we also have another question, still from Mr. John. He's asking, what are the parameters used to determine mid-level in the society? I think when we spoke about the economic disparity.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give you 4, but I'm glad you actually listened to that stratification. An ideal system is stratified, all right, into the high, middle, and the low. So one of the major parameters is your income. So what's your level of income? What's the quantity, the quantum of your income? All right. When we talk about the high, they are very rich. The poor, the low, they are poor. So their economic power, their purchasing power differs. So number 1 is your income. Number 2 is your purchasing power. And in determining the middle class too, it has to do with the nature or the type of the job, as well as your designation in your place of work, as well as, you see, your designation, your level in your place of work also determines your wage or your salary, your income. Okay? So in defining or in mentioning other parameters that defines the middle class, beyond income, beyond your designation, is also the class. All right? What class do you belong? What's your social status within the society? Okay? Now, all of this defines the middle as well as the high and the low within the society. So let me listen to the other questions.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So we will be proceeding to our audience. If you have more questions, please do well to send them in. So we have actually spoken about, the media and its role in ensuring peaceful coexistence. Now let's move into technology. We are living in a globalized world, and technology, new technology, new invention has actually been coming in, and this should actually help in terms of communication and making sure that as a globalized world we are becoming more united instead of the differences and the issues of conflict here and there. So how do we ensure that these technologies, these innovations that we are having are actually used to create peaceful coexistence? Because when you actually look at the war between Israel and Gaza and the likes of Ukraine and Russia, they're actually, technologies are actually involved in this conflict. They actually use technology, propaganda, and the likes of them, to create this unity and conflict. So, how do we ensure that these technologies and innovations are actually used to promote peaceful coexistence instead of conflict and the likes?
Thank you very much, my moderator. Yes, we are in an advanced society today, and what defines or constitutes an advancement is the level of scientific discoveries and technological build-ups. Today, we have so many technology that's made life easier. Of course, what science and technology has over the years done for us is that number one, it saves time. Number two, it saves energy. Number three, please understand that's what science and technology have done. It saves time, it saves energy. And what science and technology too has done is that it has reduced, all right, most of the complexities involved in the work and simplified the work. What science and technology have done is that it has made everything concrete. Even learning has become concrete. All right, there is the concept of the individualized learning. You can sit down in your various homes and have yourself being certificated without necessarily going to the four wall of a school. Now, what we're doing or enjoying this evening is the beauty of science and technology. I can see my moderator, all right, Ms. Janet Michael, and I'm here and I'm addressing a population of people located in different parts of the globe with the aid of this discourse by Global Peace Management, all right? Global Peace and Conflict Management Discourse or Forum. So please, science and technology has done well. Science and technology have really promoted healthy life. That is not to say that there are still no disadvantage. Of course, let me give us a good example. The sophistication in weapons today, it is the product of science and technology, and that is what is being used, all right, to reduce the population of humans. It can be in form of biological weapons, nuclear weapons, and also looking at the number of war scenes and zones, you can see a situation where lives have been lost. All right. Now, apart from accidents that occur on the highway, which is called the ATR, sorry, please, yes, the accident, the road traffic accident, RTA. All right. Now, science and technology should be used to propagate peace. How? Now, what you do is that in the area of health, keep on advancing the science and the technological knowledge, keep on discovering more pharmacological agents, keep on improving on the diagnostic tools, okay? And then in the area of education too, bring in more improved science-based, the computer-based knowledge, all right? Yes. And then in the area of agriculture, there is the concept of the GMO, all right, genetically modified foods, all right, premise on genetically modified organisms. Okay, yes, in the area of agriculture, in farm mechanization and all of this is used to advance the human society, is to make life healthier, is to make life more progressive, all right, for us as citizens. So we should use it not to develop weapons of mass destruction. No, remember in 9/11, 2011, in America, even the Senate President of the US, the issue of anthrax. Anthrax is a bacteria, but it has the capacity of creating so many inhalatory problems. Look at even the COVID-19, viral induced biological weapon that make the whole world to a standstill from a single laboratory in Wuhan, in China. Advance human life. We should use science to our advantage and not use science to our own disadvantage. We should not use technology to our disadvantage by creating weapons of mass destruction or destructive weapons that can really affect our lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. That was actually very educative. So now, as we actually conclude on today's episode on peaceful coexistence in a multicultural society, somebody among our audience might actually be asking, as an individual, what role do we actually play when it comes to peaceful coexistence? Because when we actually say society, we're actually making it, broad and coming down to individual level. What role do we actually play as individuals when it comes to peaceful coexistence? In our daily interaction and also in our neighborhood. How can we as individuals foster peaceful coexistence?
Thank you very much, my moderator. Like I'm a classroom teacher, and I want to address it in form of a classroom discussion. The first thing I need to identify is that the family is the nucleus of the society. All right, that is the microcosm. In other words, we have the micro part of the society, we have the meso, and we have the macro. All right, now these are the different population, different sizes of people in the society. So the individual, the micro, you see, it is the aggregation of families that forms the society. And I've always argued over time, it is the reflections of the family that we see in the society. The way our society looks like today, it is the way our family looks like. It is the products of the families that we bring out to the society. Okay? So the idea is, what then are the roles of individuals in promoting peaceful coexistence? If I have peace, if you have peace, if everybody has peace, the whole society has peace. That's number one. So what then are my roles? What roles do I have to play to promote peaceful coexistence in a multicultural society? Please, everybody must appreciate that we are all significant. Everybody is significant. Either you are poor or rich, you are significant. Permit me to say it the other way. Nobody is indispensable, either poor or rich. Never you say to yourself, you are indispensable. Nobody can do without you. That's not true. That's not correct. Either a politician or not. In history, there are those who lived before you, and today they are no more. A day will come, we will be no more, yet the society will keep on moving. The society will outlive us. So what then are my roles? Number one, it is for me to live a life of value. You must have value for life. Respect everybody. You don't have the right to take anybody's life. You don't have that right. You don't have the right to be a threat to anybody. So please, let's maintain individual sanctity, individual integrity. Number two, do not perpetuate corruption. Corruption is anything you do that is deleterious or it's a disadvantage to others and the society. If resuming work at 8 o'clock officially is if you resume at 9, you are corrupt. Let's stop looking at financial corruption. If you are supposed to resume office at 8 or lecture at 8 and you go 8:05, 8:10, you are inducing corruption. That is corruption. You must avoid corruption. You must avoid national sabotage. Number two, I repeat again, is avoid personal corruption. Number three, be an agent of change. Oh, I want a peaceful society. I want a good society. Whatever you are saying, live that life. Let the people see you living the life. Be an agent of change. Be a promoter, a propagator of those changes you want to see. Live your life above board. Live your life above board. And number four, what do you need to do? What is your role as a citizen, as an individual? You must ensure, you must strive as much as possible to preach religious tolerance, preach cultural tolerance, preach traditional tolerance, respect other people's opinion around culture and religion, preach it, accommodate people. And because of time, I will mention one more role that you can play. Pay your tax. Pay your tax. Pay your light bill, electricity bill. Don't go through shortcuts. This is how to promote peace. Peaceful coexistence in a multicultural, multilingual, multi-religious society. Pay your tax. For your water bill, pay. Your electricity bill, pay. Your educational bill, pay. Things may not be comfortable, but duty demands you pay. If you think you cannot pay, let them cut off the light. Let them cut off the water supply. Because it is the aggregation of these taxes that is used to build our hospitals, our educational system, and other subsectors of the economy. Thank you very much, my moderator.
Thank you very much, sir. That was actually quite instructive. So as we actually conclude on today's episode, we want to hear your final words to these multicultural societies that are currently in conflict. So what are your words of encouragement, of comfort, of instruction that you might want to give to these societies that are currently in conflict?
Thank you very much, my excellent moderator. Today, I actually happens to be your student, and I'm glad to be examined by my moderator today. And I hope you will adjudge me to have done the little I can do. So my parting words, my concluding part for today is to simply say that peace should be our watchword. We must encourage, we must advance, we must propagate, we must preach, we must teach, we must act out peace at all time, everywhere, in our public life, in our secret places. Let's promote peace. Peace is needed for development and for growth. Peace is indispensable. We can never grow, we can never develop, we can never attract foreign investment as a nation or any part of the world without peace. We must respect our ethnic differences, religious differences, racial differences, tribal differences, economic differences. Let's respect one another. Let's promote one another's culture. Do you know our culture is rich? Our culture can give us foreign earnings that can make us to rule the world. Can we begin to promote our culture? Can we have big museums? Can we have cultural or tourist sites in every local government? But please, let's understand, where there is insecurity, there can never be peace. Where there is insecurity, there can never be growth and development. So please, tonight, we beg everybody, be an agent of change, promote peace, encourage peace, and live a peaceful life. Thank you very much, my moderator.
Thank you very much, sir. We actually do appreciate we appreciate your presence in this episode of the Peace Clinic. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. So to our
Thank you.
audience, we're actually glad you could join us. For those whose questions were being attended to, we appreciate your questions. We do appreciate your contribution. So, to actually know more about the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, you can actually do well to check our website on www.igpcm.com.ng. You can also follow us on all our social media handles on YouTube and Facebook at Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, and also Instagram and TikTok at IGPCM. So do well to follow us, and also, if you are interested, to register for any of our professional trainings and membership, do well to call the number on the screen. So we do appreciate you. We'll be meeting tomorrow at the same time for another episode of the Peace Clinic. So thank you, Dr. Adeyanju. We do appreciate your words of wisdom on this topic, peaceful coexistence in a multicultural society. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we've come to today's episode. See you tomorrow, the same time, as we also discuss a very important topic. Thank you.